And welcome back, folks. It is Kamikaze here to continue on the class trial, where we know, unfortunately, that Kaito was murdered.
You're right. So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point! Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
No, Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
He's a pathological liar. What?
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
He had no idea who the remnants of despair were.
That's right. He's a remnant of despair. How'd we forget that?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Well, Monokuma?
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies.
Ooh, which means that if we vote for him, you die as well.
Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know?
Aren't you normally the forward one?
Huh?
I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth.
Maybe the world is not destroyed. That was just a...
Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone. ...
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
What?
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
No.
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He found the remote?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Wait, Mew's remote control? What? So Mew created a remote control to control the exosols?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer,
Don't say she created the exosols.
She also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
That means he could control Kibo.
Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the exosouls and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite. Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
It's all connected to Junko. What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know!
It's usually my line. I need to know! The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko and Enoshima. But that can't be it. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. So, who's done this? Who's planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
Seriously, a win-win! Vote for him!
But
As your next
Monokuma
Blacken.
doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too. So no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
What? Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too.
I don't think he has one.
This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
Okay.
You
Sure.
versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma!
So all of this was a challenge Monokuma.
If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
Ah, who needs logic? It's overrated.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair? Whatevs. Let's just get this
See,
started.
he doesn't seem to know what a remnant of despair is. He's just fucking insane.
If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
What now? You're actually including us in this? That's a little odd for you.
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy.
Not saying the world, just Hope's Peak Academy.
If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side, Monokuma joins your party.
Who invited you?
Chat. Dipshit behind you.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
What information would
we
you
were
have?
going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact,
You forget something else.
you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
That's robophobic. So another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. That doesn't make any sense. Oh. The murder video?
This is it! Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video?
Looks like it was slowing down to stop, then suddenly went.
It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
Or they put someone else's body in there? Put a bag of grape jelly? Maybe Kaito's not really dead? Or the recorded footage was just... It looked like the press was going to come down, but then Kaito was still alive, and so he went and stopped the camera.
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough.
Because you can
No
rewind.
need to
and
show us
then-
the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Wow.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. There's always a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video. It must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. So does Monokuma know who's in the Exisal? That would make sense. If Monokuma doesn't know who's in the Exisal, there's a possibility that Kaito went and had the ability to record it, and since it was still on the aspect of the hydraulic press having its safety feature on, he could have looked like he was going to be crushed. Then he turned around and got out because the safety feature kicked on. Then he turned around and put Kokichi in there, either dead or alive. I mean, hell if I know. And then recorded it, rewound the tape, and then recorded it again, but with the safety feature off. And that's why it just immediately went. I don't know. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Maybe that big ass cable? Hangman's Gambit. What is it? No. How? Not I. Game over! Why would they think you did it? We're already... Oh, wow.
Is this...
No.
We can't let it end here.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna just... There. We're gonna do that one. No. The I Victim. I thought that was a W, wasn't a W. That's why I couldn't get it, is because this isn't a W, it's an M.
I see now.
That's... Oh my god, I couldn't put a word together.
The victim.
Exactly.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No. That's a question for later. For now, we know that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. And that might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched?
Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
Where would it get another dead body?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
Well, it sounds like I'm right on this part at least. I'm 1 for 100.
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
But how do you get access to them? Where are they stored?
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible. The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim?
By pausing, because you said it had simple functions.
And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
So, pause, then record?
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible.
Lies.
Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
Unless Kaito's been hidden in another exisal.
It might be possible.
Huh?
Because the arrow went through him.
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just
Wow.
haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong, so we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
Well, don't burn out your brain cell.
So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's all talk it over together.
Together.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered.
No.
How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
Shut it, twerp.
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
Well, it's suspicious in itself, but that doesn't mean that it was edited. The trick to that video. It's like the hand disappears for a frame. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? Doesn't hydraulic presses just slowly go down? Oh, not another non-stop debate! Debate!
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement
Damn
of
it.
that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
Yep.
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
No, damn it, I thought she was gonna say something relevant.
Damn it!
Blech. Let me
There
listen to all of
must
it.
be some trick to that video.
You all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera. Something seems off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment. Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas?
No, it's
Come
not
on,
an.
everybody,
I
speak
didn't.
up!
Ugh! I feel like someone said something that gives us a clue. The weird angle? Yeah. The stopping point? Yeah. We won't
Must
fall
be
to
some trick
despair.
to that video. That's what you all gotta figure out. There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the
camera seem suspicious to any of you?
the filming angle seemed...
The person in that video.
Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press
Boom.
I agree.
I is not the dumb as I think he is.
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
Yeah.
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
It just slowly went down.
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
And there's that big ass wire that was cut. But then again, I mean, this hydraulic press, it wouldn't just fall.
But in the video,
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. Oh, screw the mind. I don't need brain power. Oh, it's actually showing me. Though I can't make it out. I have a glare on my screen from the light behind me. I guess I can't click that yet. Oh, come on. Ah! Well, that wasn't it. I can't even tell what this last one is. It's the button. I'm an idiot. I am a complete moron. I should have tried to figure out what the last one was beforehand. It's got an emergency stop button. So with the emergency stop button, then you could end up pausing the video.
The only way to stop the
And then you
hydraulic
could
press
swap
is
out
the
the body.
force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
What would he have swapped it out for? Bag of red jello? Jelly.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it?
But then it slams down.
The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
Pause feature. I am not Izardum.
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
Ah, I've covered this in my own brain. We're good.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
But would it have? Stay tuned for the next episode of Danganronpa V3. Remember to hit that like button, helps me out a lot. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Please join our Discord. We'd love to have you there. We're a small community that doesn't talk much, but we still love you. And we'll see you in the next episode of Danganronpa Z.